like to understand from you to start with that we all know that globally Microsoft regards education and healthcare as a priority area. I want to understand from you what is how do you see education and healthcare and this government sector in India, and how do you see what are the scope of improvements and how technology can make it better in the future years to come?
Yeah. So Karthik, education and healthcare are very pivotal sectors with immense potential for transformation in a country like India. And Our perspective on these sectors in India is marked by both optimism and a keen awareness of the opportunities for transformation that they present. To us, the most important aspect is that technology and access to technology needs to be democratized. So that's a fundamental premise for digital inclusion. And it's very important area for us to make education accessible to all, particularly for a big section of our population that is based in the remote and economically disadvantaged areas. So our vision includes providing students with engaging and interacting learning experiences. And together with technology, we can offer personalized learning pathways, adaptive content, virtual labs, all this to ensure that education is not just informative, but also enjoyable. The other thing relates to our biggest strength as a country, which is India's youth. It's a valuable resource, and we see the need to equip them with future-ready skills. And we're committed to supporting skill development programs that align with the emerging industries and technology, fostering a highly skilled workforce. Uh, Coming to your other aspect of healthcare, uh, access to quality healthcare. I think that is one of the most important priorities for us in India, and it's a challenge. And we believe technology can play a very, very important role in areas like telemedicine, remote monitoring, artificial intelligence-led diagnostics, and data-driven treatments. These things have potential to make a huge difference. And the healthcare sector that can significantly benefit from efficient data utilization, leveraging some of the AI and data analytics to fundamentally enhance the patient engagement, the type of diagnostics, the type of treatment plans, healthcare management, and provide intelligent health insights for better patient outcomes.
I want to understand from you that what kind of policy interventions do you see government should make to ensure a better usage of technology in these basic services. Health, education are the basic needs of people, and so what kind of policy interventions are expected out of the governments?
Yeah, I think there's already a lot of work going on in the space, and we appreciate the work that's happening here. The government recognizes the impact and the scale of technology on the economy and its citizens. The India Stack is a compelling example of this commitment and how the government leverages the power of the cloud, data, and AI to address critical societal problems and challenges at scale. And that's what is the power of this technology. Right? When you get cloud data and AI together, you are able to solve for problems that were never solved in the past. And so you can deliver citizen scale impact when you get these facets of technology together. So this basically illustrates the potential of tech innovation to accelerate India's journey into a digital nation. And as we do this, some of the areas that are important and already being addressed in different ways are secured infrastructure, responsible uses of technology, accessibility, democratization of technology, as I spoke about, as well as skilling, so that we can maximize the potential and the impact that we can create.
Right. I want to understand from you that there is a lot of urbanization going on in this country. We have rapidly increasing urban population. So, what is your understanding of intelligent urban solutions like intelligent transport infrastructure? How technology can help in modernize and making more people friendly urban government services in the country? Any thoughts of yours?
I think there's a tremendous uptick in the adoption of technology to transform governance. The government's national e-governance plan is a strong step in that direction. And Microsoft is deeply invested in the digital transformation of the government and the public sector ecosystem in India. We work closely with both the central and the state governments across the country to implement these solutions via our significantly large partner ecosystem. And across critical sectors like healthcare, agriculture, energy, education, citizen services, e-governance, we are partnering with the public sector organizations across India to innovate, scale, grow, and reimagine their business. Uh, Enhance citizen services using technology. Jugalbandi, for example, is a generative AI-powered chatbot running on the Indian government's Bhashni language translation platform and leverages Azure OpenAI service. What it does is basically helping villagers in India get access to the government services and schemes in their own language. So language, which earlier was a handicap, is no longer a handicap. Language is actually becoming the strength through which you can get access to all the government services and schemes that are applicable to you as a villager in the country. Language need not be the barrier for you to come in between. So that's how technology is actually helping it. The other one that I do want to talk about is eShram. This is a portal that is building a comprehensive national database of unorganized workers in the country. Now, the portal basically helps with last mile delivery of the welfare schemes, including insurance cover of 2 lakhs under the Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana scheme for more than 300 million workers engaged in different industries. So that's the type of impact that we are seeing.
Yeah, you spoke about these your interventions in the schemes like eShram and all these major activities. I want to understand that what kind of, can you share more light on some more collaboration you are doing with the public sector in this country? Some more case studies or some more initiatives you would like to talk about that where Microsoft is working hand in hand or collaborating to harness technology's potential and end-to-end digitization of this sector. And then secondly, after that, I would request you to give us some idea of the growth, what kind of growth you see by, you can see like by next 5 years or 10 years or by 2030. So these two things, if you throw some more light on this.
Absolutely. So we spoke about a few things that we do with respect to how we are looking at supporting Bashni or eShram. There are others, for example, right? Our cloud productivity suite, which is Microsoft 365 Education, this basically empowers educators and students with tools for online learning, collaboration, and communication. We are integrating AI capabilities into the educational platforms to enhance personalized learning experience, streamline some of the administrative processes, and improve the student outcomes. The Microsoft Cloud facilitates the creation of virtual labs, which basically enables students to access practical experience and simulations remotely, reducing the need for having physical infrastructure. Through initiatives such as Cyber Shiksha and our collaborations with organizations and bodies such as NIE, LIT, and DGT, as well as All India Council for Technical Education, we are working towards training youth in underserved communities. We collaborate with the academic institutions to develop curriculum content that incorporates technology and digital skills, preparing students for future job markets. A recent MOU with AICTE is a reflection of this commitment, where we are focused on skilling and exposure to new technologies to empower and future-proof our students. We also conduct a lot of training programs for educators, equipping them with the necessary skills to effectively use technology in the classrooms. And our initiatives extend to providing scholarship, internships, and opportunities for students, basically to gain a real world experience. And Future Ready Talent Program is one such program that we do. Uh, Moving on to healthcare, the Microsoft Azure service supports data storage, analytics, and AI-driven insights, which basically enable healthcare providers to deliver more efficient and effective, care. Uh, and when we are talking about healthcare, I do want to talk about eSanjeevani. This is powered by Microsoft Azure, and this is Government of India's flagship telemedicine technology developed by CDAC. eSanjeevani portal is a unique doctor-to-doctor telemedicine system that is being deployed nationally at 155,000 health and wellness centers across the country. Then, in collaboration with All India Institute of Medical Science, Jodhpur, we have established a mixed reality center of excellence. This center aims to offer cutting edge medical care, facilitate staff and student learning opportunities, and improve remote healthcare capabilities. We're also collaborating with Maharashtra University of Health Science. We've set up a mixed reality healthcare lab over there. And then in partnership with Impact Guru Foundation, Medversity and Apollo Hospitals, we're providing digital healthcare training to nurses in rural hospitals. The ultimate goal is to train 20,000 nurses over the next 3 years, integrating digital health skilling modules in government and rural private nursing colleges.
That's really great to understand that, be it in government, healthcare, education, you are actually associated with a lot of key projects, major central projects of the country, as well as some prominent institutes you are working with on your in the technology front. The new education policy also talks a lot about the education of future. And while we talk to a lot of educators as well as the government education ecosystem leaders, they all are trying to use modern technologies like AI, ML, even in the government schools. So how do you see and uh, like we though we see like the Azure platform of Microsoft, many major schemes of the government here in India, but apart from that, do you see in government education, using these modern technologies, Microsoft can play a great role in educating about technology and to penetrate technology into even the mass education in the country? Your thoughts on this?
No, absolutely. I think education is one of the pivot on which the country's growth and ambitions to get to being the third largest economy by the end of this decade is hinging, quite frankly, right? And in the last decade, we've been on a mission to transform education in the country, closely partnering with schools, education thought leaders, as well as policymakers. An important focus for us is also empowering today's youth with skills training and exposure in established as well as new age technologies so that they are future ready. So I spoke about our collaboration with AICTE, which is an
Hmm.
example of how we are creating impactful engagements for students from a future readiness perspective. The other one that I do want to mention is about an initiative called as Digi Saksham, which is launched in collaboration with Ministry of Labor and Employment, which has fundamentally empowered more than 85,000 job seekers from rural and semi-urban areas. So the seekers can basically access Microsoft Learning resources on the National Career Services portal and leverage our LinkedIn services for suitable employment opportunities. We can also help with customized services and platforms suiting the various state government requirements. Then moving on to at a broader level, we have partnered with both the central and the state education boards to support the shift to virtual learning. We partnered with CBSE to introduce coding and data sciences in the school curriculum itself. And there has been a massive effort to support teachers and students across the country to maintain learning continuity and move seamlessly to virtual classroom with tools like Microsoft Teams for Education. Uh, in with Gujarat Council of School Education, we partnered to enable digital transformation of schools in the state. And there is a massive effort to upskill teachers for using technologies like AI in classroom to encourage critical thinking, collaboration, problem solving type of initiatives.
That's really great to know such initiatives that even to the last mile of areas in the country, Microsoft is expanding, or you can say promoting technology usage in these key sectors like health and education. So the question which I had asked earlier as well, I want to understand from you, what kind of growth do you expect in this public sector or these major government related sector, education, health, uh, by we can say by 2030? What are your expectations in terms of growth of technology and the whole sector?
Well, like I mentioned, that 2030 is going to be a a watershed moment for a lot of people, and we need to be proud as Indians as we get to that benchmark, because it is expected that by the time we get to 2030, we're going to be amongst the third largest economy in the world. So that's a huge opportunity and a huge responsibility. That's the way one needs to look at it. And in line with the Digital India vision, I think the public sector has a tremendous opportunity to transform with technology, creating billion scale platforms that fundamentally drive economic, social, and financial inclusion. IDC estimates the digital transformation spending in India to reach close to 85 billion US dollars by 2026 itself. Growing technology opportunity for public sector, especially in areas of cloud and emerging technologies. Now that will play a central role in ensuring equitable access to facilities for citizens across the country, thus empowering them for the digital future that we are all talking about. If you really look at data and AI, which is another big pivot, that could very easily add up to close to 450 to 500 billion to India's GDP by 2026, or about 10% of the government's goal of a 5 trillion economy as per the NASCOM report. Now, Microsoft supports the public sector in achieving more through digital transformation, innovation, and growth with flexible and integrated solutions. And we are enabling the rapid acceleration of the digital governance for last mile access to health, education, and financial services. And by leveraging cloud, data, and AI, Microsoft aims to drive that inclusive economic growth and development in India. Uh, AI, including generative AI and the large language models, is clearly transforming government citizen interactions and addressing societal challenges. Jugalbandi, which we spoke about, is a strong use case reflecting this opportunity. And then we've been working very closely with governments, industry, and civil society partners on several skilling initiatives to make India's youth future ready. We are also addressing the skill gap for areas like cybersecurity through initiatives like Cyber Shiksha for underserved young women, Cyber Surakshit Bharat in partnership with MeetY, and a first of its kind cybersecurity skilling program. And we are actively collaborating with private and public sectors to build a digital skill ecosystem that provides equal opportunity and access to upskilling programs for everyone, so that everyone is a beneficiary in this overall inclusive growth that we are clearly headed out to by 2030.
Congratulations for this post and all the best for this big responsibility.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you.